Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Race Advisor video analysis. No joy yesterday. We had Decorated Knight come second in the 420, which means our loss on the day was around 2.5, 2.6. However, day 1 gave us pretty much a break-even result, so the £10 stakes, we're probably about £25 down. So we move on to day 3. We're going to keep this very short and sweet, and hopefully the software can prove, certainly over the 5 days, that we can make a profit. So straight away we go to the 230. We look at these top 3. We've got True Blue Moon, Santry, Cardship. Moving over to Racing Dossier, Cardship is our top rated. I've already gone through these so I can see basically what I'm looking for. We go to the 230 in terms of the market, and we can see that certain bookmakers, if we look at Cardship here with James Doyle on board, there's been a bit of money with William Hills, Betfred, Bet Victor. They've all come in from 16, so there's certainly each way money there, and that will be our first selection in the first race on day 3, Cardship. So we move on to the second race, and it's the Hampton Court Stakes. It's a Group 3, and again we focus on Profit Recall, top 3 again, and we've got Order of the Garter, Ben Barty and our Irish correspondent. Moving over to Racing Dossier, we can see Order of the Garter is our top rated here with the Contender Finder ranking and a strong contender ranking with 6 or more. Again, we go to the market, and we can see again the bookies have taken money on this, probably each way money, so we will stick with that as well and go with an each way bet. So you can see here how quickly and efficiently we can go through the qualifiers on both pieces of software and then go to the market and ascertain as to what is going to be our best bet. And in the second race it's Order of the Garter. So we go to the third race, which is the Riversdale Stakes. It's a Group 2 for fillies. This is the 340. And again we look at Naughty or Nice, Alluringly and Maury. And straight away Racing Dossier has pulled up Alluringly as our top rated. We flit over to the market and we can see straight away that Maury is our clear market leader there. That's looking good. There's quite a lot of runners in that race, but we can see from the pie chart here it is the most bet on horse, therefore the most fancied, and we will go 1 point win on that. So we move on to the next race, which is the Gold Cup of Ascot. It's the 420. Again, we could spend several hours going through the form and looking at various runners and their potentials, etc. But we like to think here at the Race Advisor that our software can do all the hard work for you, eliminate a lot of the time you would spend on looking through the form, and put this into an easy to read format basically. And we've got 2 pieces of software, the first one being Profit Recall. The top 3 ranked here are Order of St George, Sweet Selection, excuse my pronunciation here, Shaikza de Road. Yes. We move on to Racing Dossier, and thank goodness Order of St George, which is easy to pronounce, is the top rated there, as it is with Profit Recall. So we go to the market and we can see that Order of St George, my favourite jockey, Ryan Moore, is on board, and we've got an even money shot here. Now it's quite easy to back, and there's some pink here. Paddy Power's taken some money on it, but we'll stick with that based on the evidence that the 2 pieces of software have shown us that this is definitely the best horse in the race. so we'll go with 1 point win on there. We then move on to 5 o'clock, and again profit recall shows us the top 3. We've got Tricorn, Russamart and Gilgamesh. These are our top 3 rated and strong contenders. We can see this here, and again you'll have seen a video that I did in the past in terms of long-term betting, where we can use this software and concentrate on the odds and the odds line, etc. So we can create our own tissues here, but this is something that we don't really need to concentrate on in terms of the festival. We're looking for the likeliest winner, and I trust that Profit Recall will provide that with us, as long as it marries up with the racing dossier. So we can see that Tricorn here has been highlighted, and we go over to the market and we can see that Tricorn is not so much fancied in the market there. It's pretty much either had no bets on it, which are these white squares, or bookies have pushed the price out. So for example, Sky Bet here has probably gone 14s out to 16s, which is where we see the pink. But you can see here it's very consistent. I think it's come second, it's won, it's come second. It's definitely worth an each way punt. And if we place our bets tomorrow morning, which you guys will, because you'll be seeing this video in the morning, as long as we can get best odds guaranteed, I think that's definitely worth an each way punt. So Tricorn in the penultimate will be an each way selection for us. So we move on to the last, and again same procedure, dead straightforward. We load up these 2 pieces of software, we look at the first 3 in the betting here. We've got Homesman, Drachayad and Ati Persay. My pronunciations of some of these horses are terrible, but we get the drift. And if we move over to Racing Dossier, we can see that Homesman is definitely a strong contender here. So again, we go to the market and we can see Homesman here. Yep, again, it's 14s with certain bookies, but we can see that there's been money for it with BetStars, Betfreds, Paddy Power, Totesport, Ladbrokes, Corals, Boyle Sports, Betfair, etc., etc. So they've obviously gone from 14s and they've gone into 12. So they've taken some each way money there. Again, it's Ryan Moore. He is my favourite jockey, and this is coincidental that the software seems to have pulled out a lot of his horses. But hey ho, he's a top jockey and he does get the best rides, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the best horses within any race at Royal Ascot, and obviously the top jockey, which Ryan Moore is. So again, it's a competitive race, so we will stick with each way. The software has highlighted Homesman as being one of the best horses in that race, so therefore we will go each way about that. And for the first time in the last 3 days, we're actually having a bet, bar any non-runners, for every race at this particular day. So we've got 6 points stake today as opposed to 10 over the last 2 days. So fingers crossed we can get some kind of result. If not any places, a winner would be nice. And yeah, fingers crossed. Good luck, and I will see you for day 4 tomorrow morning.